I am so excited to talk about this.
She doesn't text me on the weekend. Don't wanna know what she's up to. Calm down. If I close my eyes and focus on my own mind for a while, then it doesn't matter. This love's all I remember.
My intro actually into the whole like spirituality, personal growth, law of attraction kind of world was through manifestation boards. And the funny part is, when I actually made my first manifestation board, it was actually for a school assignment and I had no idea what they were actually, like I had no idea what they were. I just made one and then I kept it because I was like, ooh, this is cute room decor. Little did I know it would literally change my life just like a couple years later. So if you don't know what a manifestation board, it is essentially a collection of images that you find online, in magazines. You can cut stuff out of books if you want. Basically just a collection of images or text that has the ultimate goal of attracting different things into your life. And from my knowledge, it is also probably the most common way of utilizing the law of attraction. So I'm sure you've probably heard of them before. This is actually my old one right here, and I just have this Christmas ornament on it still because I didn't know where to put it, but I thought it was cute, so I kept it out. Anyway, not a part of the manifestation board. So I made this probably, well, actually less than a year ago, because some of these pictures were from the San Diego Some of these pictures were from the San Diego trip that I took in February last year before stuff happened. And not all of this stuff has really come into fruition, but I just feel like it's time to revamp it, make a new one, and just like really start fresh. I just feel like I need a fresh start. And also, all of these pictures I'll be able to repurpose into my bullet journal, so I'm not like wasting pictures or anything, but it'll actually give me some creative material to use in my bullet journal, which is really nice. So that's probably another incentive that I have to make a new one. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be creating a new manifestation board and also sharing with you guys my own personal tips for creating a super effective manifestation board, as well as sharing with you guys my crazy story that is literally proof that these things work, and not even just like manifestation boards, but the whole law of attraction manifestation concept. I hope you are as excited as I am for this video, and let's get into it. So before we get started, I'm just gonna need you to put on your most inspiring playlist, whatever playlist you have that just gets you so like hyped up, inspired, etc., because we need you in a good headspace during this process. And also just let go right now of any and all limiting beliefs that you might have, because you do not need that stuff clouding your judgment when you're trying to manifest your dream reality. The best place to start, in my opinion, is Pinterest, just because you can search for literally whatever you want. And also you're just gonna find the more aesthetic pictures. Like, I think we all know that Pinterest is just like the best thing ever. So I actually have a Pinterest board called Cultivating My Dream Life, and that is where I'll likely be pulling a lot of photos from. But my first piece of advice is to also include some photos of yourself, some photos of your friends, any like relationship that is super meaningful to you, because what that does is it is bringing your present reality closer to your unmanifested reality. And also, in order to make your manifestation board as effective as possible, you want to be focusing on the 7 main aspects of life, so that you can make sure that you're kind of hitting all of the areas that you want to when you're finding your pictures. Spiritual, physical, financial, social, career, family, and mental. So when you're looking for your pictures, try to think, what would the most ideal, like what is my version of abundance when it comes to these different categories of life? And then from there, you can just have a little bit more clarity on what type of things you want to be searching for. And in case you're wondering, my Spotify playlist is called Main Character. My username is Genevieve772. Seriously, this playlist just puts me in literally the best mood of my life. Like, if you want to feel inspired, happy, and just like you are the main character, this is definitely the playlist for you. I also have a brand playlist, which is just called Genevieve Vibes, which sounds kind of vain, like I named a playlist after myself, but it serves the purpose of cultivating the energy that I want to have within my content and just like as a person in general. So if you are an entrepreneur, then I'd highly recommend this little tactic, because this playlist is literally just helping me bring in the energy that I want to have into my life. So like, if it works is all I'm saying.
Here we go, it's all about you, it's all about me, it's all about what we do. Making art, you and me, trying to find something to believe. Because I'm running wild, I ain't running free. Still got a lot of shit left to see. I'm stuck in this town, and the town's stuck in me. Always trying to find another reason to leave.
Okay, so I just got all of my pictures. I actually ended up going back a couple times to just get more photos, just because it's better to have more photos than not enough, especially if you are going somewhere to get your photos printed. We have a printer, but it just does not print color photos very well, so it's pretty easy to just go over to like our local office store and get them printed. So that's what I'm gonna do. In order to print them, you wanna have all of your photos saved as a part of a PDF, so you could use like Microsoft Word. I used Canva just because it's free and it works, so that's what I did. I have all of my photos set up for printing. I'm just gonna pop them onto a USB, or more so I'm gonna pop the PDF file onto the USB so that I can go take it to be printed. So about 2 years ago was when I made my first like real manifestation board, and I had seriously no idea what it was going to result in. And when I made this board, it had also been probably about 7 or 8 years since I had last traveled. So I knew that I really specifically wanted to go to Hawaii, because that was, of course, I mean, who doesn't want to go to Hawaii? It was just something on my bucket list. So this specific manifestation board that I had made was literally covered in pictures of Hawaii, and it was all tropical, and it was pictures that I found on Pinterest of like girls running around on the beach with surfboards and smoothie bowls and different tropical fruits, and it was something that I really wanted to experience for myself. And in that moment when I was making this manifestation board, I had kind of just like already written it off in my mind that it was gonna happen like soon. I was kind of thinking like, oh, I'll finish high school before I can go. I'll obviously have to get a job so that I can pay for the trip, and basically I was assuming it wouldn't happen until like at least 5 years later, if not more. So I had immediately just kind of hung it up on my wall thinking one day that'll happen. So every single morning when I woke up, I would get ready, and you guys know I have my manifestation board over to my left right here, which is right next to my closet and also right next to my vanity where I obviously do my makeup and my hair and I get dressed. So I saw it every single morning when I was getting ready, and I think that that subconsciously helped me curate this Hawaii thing. I decided to attend Elise Parker's webinar on cultivating meaningful relationships and high-value relationships, and at the end of that webinar, she announced that she'd be doing a giveaway for a free sponsored spot at her alignment retreat, which would be hosted on the Big Island of Hawaii in Hilo. So I was like, wow, that's so cool, but in my mind I had literally already written off like, oh, I'm not gonna enter, which like at the time I knew that I was like about to be starting school again. Like literally the first day of the retreat would have been my first day of school, so I was like, I literally would have no way of getting there. I have school, like there was basically in my mind like no way that it could work out. But then last minute I was like, you know what, no, I am gonna enter. So the question to enter was, how do you think the retreat experience would benefit you? So I wrote my response basically just saying that I am a very ambitious teenager. At the time I was only 16, and I just felt that the retreat experience would really give me kind of like a leg up, because so often I know that this age that I'm currently at and that I was at when I entered this giveaway, I know that so many people experience a dip in like their light and their view of life. Like they go from having all these ambitious dreams and goals, and then all of a sudden they get this like reality check, and then they just end up living a semi-mediocre life. Maybe they don't get to fulfill all of the dreams that they wanted to live out and experience. So I just really felt that the retreat experience would not only give me clarity on my goals, but also keep that light going and just really set myself up for success going forward, especially since I would be graduating so soon. And then before I knew it, I was hearing Elise read off my comment, and she had read off a couple other comments as well, but then she went back to mine and she said, "Genevieve, you have just won the free spot." And literally in that moment, I just started shaking and crying because I was just so like shocked, because I have never won something like that. I've never won even just like a small Instagram giveaway before. So the fact that I had just won a free spot at a retreat in Hawaii, like that was just so, like that was a completely just like out of body experience. And I went to the retreat and it was literally one of the best experiences of my entire life. And the girls that I met there are seriously like family to me now, and they're my best friends. I talk with them quite frequently to this day. I also got to experience loads of mentorship from Elise, which was absolutely incredible. And I got to go to Hawaii, which is the whole moral of the story. Like I had covered that board in pictures of Hawaii, and then before I knew it, I was in Hawaii. Maybe that's a coincidence. A lot of people I know are gonna be like, oh, that was just like a fluke that happened. But I just like, I want to believe that that was a direct result of an accumulative effort that I put in to cultivate that into my life. And I believe that something that was a factor was the fact that I had made that manifestation board and I had almost unconsciously curated that part of my life, which I just think is so cool. And it really just like is a testament to the fact that everything happens for a reason and everything somehow just works out the way that it's meant to. And then when I was actually in Hawaii, I ended up showing Elise one of my bullet journals that I was using at the time, and she wanted to show it in a YouTube video because it was kind of like an accumulation of all of the like inspiring things that she had said that I had resonated with. So I had like copied them down into my bullet journal, and basically just she wanted to show it in her video, and of course I was like, hell yeah, I would love to be in a YouTube video. So I will actually link that video in the description if you want to check it out. You can see little 16-year-old me in all of my awkwardness. So really I would just say that that is proof that these manifestation boards work. And even if you don't fully believe me when I say that, they're really fun to make and they are very cute room decor. So like make it, see what happens. Maybe you will have a crazy experience like I did. This is the manifestation board all complete. I'm definitely feeling very inspired just by looking at it. And I also made these like 3 word bubbles that say financially free, aligned, and connected. And those are just things that I obviously really do want to attract into my life. I also have this one quote that says, "My career is coming together, my purpose is becoming clearer and clearer, my circle is beautiful, my life is thriving. I am so grateful to be present and to be healthy. I am so grateful to have people rooting for me as I chase my dreams. Life is amazing. I am choosing positivity." And that is something that I found on Pinterest actually quite a while ago, but it just really resonated with me and I just love it. It's such a good affirmation to repeat and see on a daily basis, so I of course had to feature it in my board. But yeah, that is this week's video. Let me know if you make a manifestation board, and if you post it on your Instagram story or as a feed post, tag me in it so that I can see it and share it on my story as well. I would love to see what you guys are manifesting into your life. I just feel like that is such a cool thing to share with others, so I'd love to just like get some insight into what you guys are working towards and what your dreams are. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this week's video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. You can tick the bell icon to get notified every time I upload a new video, and you can also follow me on Instagram at genevieve.mason for more of my my content. And also remember to take some time for you today, have some self-care time, read a book. I have been reading, I'm actually almost done The Power of Now, and I'm so obsessed with it. So maybe pick up that book. You guys know I love The Untethered Soul as well. But really just do anything that is going to set your future self up for success and make you feel inspired and happy going into the new week. And yeah, that is all. I will talk to you next Soul Sunday. Bye!
I'm in a rush 'cause I'm 19, but I don't give up.